So at the beginning of the year, many of the centers like ours, and there's thousands of centers like the Satya Center around the country, around the world, that do this particular kind of service on Sundays, that share this particular message of positivity, of love and joy and oneness. And so within this movement of New Thought, many of us go back to this wonderful book, The Science of Mind, by Dr. Ernest Holmes, and explore the first few chapters. And today we're going to be exploring the second chapter of this amazing book. Last week we focused on the thing itself, and we talked about God. And we talked about all of the different names that are used to tune in to this one power, this one presence. So many names. But in the end, it's really a mystery. So I want you to close your eyes. Well, before you close your eyes, we had a wonderful Discover class on Thursday night, and some of you came. And we spent 3 hours together, and it went like that, did it not? And we discussed 3 things. Well, we discussed everything, but there were 3 main things that we discussed. First of all, it's, who am I? And then we discussed, what is God? Where is it? Does it exist? And if she does, what the heck? Why can't we see her? And then we discussed, what is community, and what's the power of community? And so we went around the room and we discussed all the different ways that we experience the divine. And so I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to tune into some of these words and maybe explore for yourself for the next minute or so, or for the next half an hour. What does God mean to you? What is it? And is it something that you experience on a daily basis? So I'm going to share some of the ways that peoples around the world refer to God. Ineffable, unconditioned, unconditional, Great Spirit, higher power, Holy Spirit, the light, Hashem, Abba, Most High, Elohim, Yahweh, Jesus, Jehovah, Adonai, Wankantanka, Vishnu, Brahma, Krishna, Ra, Om, Allah, Infinite, Omni, Atma, Buddha, Cosmic Consciousness, Gaia, Divine, God, Goddess, Great I Am, Infinite Essence, Love, Non-Dual Awareness, Shakti, Grand Overall Designing Intelligence, Presence, the Eternal Now, the Tao, the Force, Supreme Being, Universal One, Alpha and Omega, Great Mystery. You can open your eyes. The thing itself. The thing itself. That's what we're talking about. This thing that is happening right now. It's not some far-off thing. It's right here in this room. It's right within each of us. It's this life. It's the power that animates us. It's the laws of the universe that govern physical matter. It's happening. It's omniscience. All intelligent. It's omnipotence. All powerful. And it's omnipresence. It's everything. always here. There's not a spot that God is not. Is there? I don't know. Well, let's explore a little more. Deepak Chopra says, God is another name for infinite intelligence. To achieve anything in life, a piece of this intelligence must be contacted and used. In other words, God is always there for you. God is always there for you. But we have to have this awareness in order to access that and use it. Ernest Holmes says, this is a simple meaning of true metaphysical teaching, the study of life and the study of nature and of the law, governed and directed by thought, always conscious that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in, through, around, and for us. Joel Goldsmith, you are here as a part of the great cause. You are that place where God shines through. Doesn't that sound lovely? You are a place where God shines through. And it's so easy to feel that when you hear Lorraine sing and Shan sing and play those beautiful instruments. You can feel God or light or love or infinite wisdom shining through. And you know that you're in the presence of God, or another way of putting that, you know when you're tuned in and seeing through your real eyes, experiencing the God presence. You know it because it feels good. You feel uplifted. You feel enthusiastic. You feel one with everything. And that's when you know that you're in that God space. You're recognizing what's really going on. You're engaging with reality with a capital R. Yeah? Did you feel it as you were singing, or if you weren't singing, you were listening? And you're feeling that wash over you, and something's going on in your body, and your mind isn't full of the day-to-day nonsense that it's usually filled with, you begin to just tune in to this one field, this one heart, and this one love. And that's why music is played. That's why we love music around the world. Everyone loves music. Because it's that one song. It's the voice of God singing through all of these different amazing musicians, symphonies, orchestras, bands. It's something, it's universal. And we all hear it, and we all know it, and we all move to it, and it feels good. And that's when you know you're in God. So you are at that place where God shines through. The purpose of your unfoldment is that you may be a revelation to those who have not yet awakened to that truth. I love that too. That gives us a little guidance on what we're here to do on this planet. The purpose of your unfoldment, meaning the purpose of you waking up to your own magnificence, is that you may be a revelation to those who have not yet awakened to the truth. How can you tell when someone's not yet awakened to the truth?
Sad face. Miserable.
You can see it. There's a loneliness. So you are here to be that light, to shine. And it doesn't have to be necessarily through words or songs. It could just be through a look, a gaze, a connection, where you just hold that look for just a second longer than you maybe feel comfortable doing. And you make that connection. And if you do it, and when you do it, you'll see. You'll see God looking back at you, and you'll remember that we're all one, and that you're the way that God shines through. It's through your eyes. Many of the mystics and sages in India, they have this term, shiny eyes. And when you've got shiny eyes, you know that you're in spirit. So I only want shiny eyes in my bag. Your purpose is to be the light, to let that light shine, that those who are not yet illumined might find hope in you. That's by Joel Goldsmith. Are you kidding me? It's 11:22 already. Oh my goodness. It's almost time for us to be done. I better just I need to get into my zone and download this full chapter. Hold on. Okay, 2. Okay, so the thing itself, and today is the way it works. That's chapter number 2. The way it works. The way it works, the way this amazing energy works. First of all, being aware of it. Understanding that we live in an amazing universe that is directed by love and supported by law. That there's a law to the universe, a fundamental order to things, and a law that supports that. And we can tap into this sort of impersonal, impartial aspect of the divine. This part of us this part of God that always responds to us. Just like gravity always responds. We can count on it, right? Just like electricity always responds to us. We may not know what electricity fully is. We may not know how to create it, but all of us know how to go to the wall and turn on the light switch, right? We trust that the law works. There are things in the universe that we can count on. God is that for us. There's a mechanical side of God that is always listening. The law of cause and effect. You think a thought, and something happens, right? We live in a reciprocal universe where everything is responding to us. And so the way it works is we create because we're all connected in this one field, and we're a part of it. And the fields, the universe, the manifest universe and the unmanifest, everything you can see and everything you can't see, we're all made of the same stuff. Quantum physics has proven this to us. And because we're all made of this same stuff, this quanta that is responsive, it communicates. We're communicating through it, with it, as it. And so we take our thoughts, and then the universe responds to those thoughts. So we use this energy first by understanding that we're creative beings. We're creative beings. We can harness this power, this invisible power, this divine intelligence. We can tune into the one mind that is infinite. Our mind is not as infinite because we're here packaged in this little human suit, and we've got an ego mind that keeps us safe and keeps us tuned into what's happening, but we have a larger mind that we can tune into. That's why we sing these devotional songs, to help us tune in, to help us open up. That's why we meditate, to open our minds, to open our hearts, to tune in. That's why we eat healthy foods, so we're creating a clear conduit, a vessel to be able to communicate with the nature of things. And when we do this, when we're clear, when we're tuned in, we then direct this amazing power that we have, our thoughts, in the direction that we want. So whatever you focus on expands. And the law always says yes. So if you're focusing on what you don't like, the universe says yes. Your wish is my command. Even more. The more you think about it, even more, even more, even more. So this is a double-edged sword. But because we've created things in our lives that maybe we don't like, the good news is that we can use our minds to think thoughts to create different experiences. That's why we focus on the affirmations, beautiful positive music, to reprogram our mind, because as we're packaged in this human suit, we have a tendency towards worry, anxiety, fear. Just know that that's okay. But just know that we have a tendency, unless we've done a lot of spiritual work, clearing, prayer, and even then it still comes in. We're always affected by the collective consciousness. So we have to keep this vessel clean and clear, with good foods, with positive material, reading and music and positive friends that support us and know who we really are. And when we're in that space, we're then creating a positive environment, our own inner environment, which then, through the law, is responded to on the outside. So, I have a couple of affirmations I'd love to share with you. And then I know those wonderful little beings, the youngs, will be coming back in here. Okay, so close your eyes. Listen and repeat. I am a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious, center of life. I am a thinking, willing, knowing, conscious, center of life. Do you believe it?
Yes.
Okay, I've got another one for you. I am surrounded by, immersed in, a creative, intelligent presence. It's flowing through me now. I can feel it. It's flowing through me now. A creative, intelligent presence. I can feel it. Flowing through me.
now.
Okay, do you get that? Did you feel that? That's how easy it is to shift up your energy. When you find yourself feeling sorry for yourself, when you find yourself being critical of your spouse, I know none of you do that. When you find yourself being critical of yourself, you simply stop. Stop it. Stop it. Remember, stop. Surrender to one presence. Surrender to one power. You stop and you remember you are a child of the divine. That you are a center in which divine intelligence flows. That's huge. You're not this little separate being that's isolated and sad and fearful and alone. That's BS. That's a belief system that doesn't serve you. You are one. You are one with the love and the creative order of the universe. You have within you everything that is required for your success, for your peace, and your happiness. You have that. You know that. Everyone knows that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone! You know this. So when you lose yourself, when you get confused, call a friend, call me, come to one of our offerings, take a class. Because this conditioning has taken you years, it's taken us years to have this tendency to fear and doubt and anxiety and worry and struggle. So it might take a little while for us to lose the habit. I love Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Not your big God self, but your little, scared, worried self. Stop it. So my wish for you this week is that you remember who you are. That you remember that there's a power in the universe. And that you can use it. You're using it every day. And you're going to use it every day of your life. And you can either get to the end of your life and you can have lived by default, or you can use it every day consciously and get to the end of your life and have lived by design. It's up to you. You design your life one thought at a time. Make it positive, and you'll have an experience, the one that you were born to create. You can clap. Okay, well, I love that the kids are going on a bit longer because that tells me that they're having fun back there, or they've either tied up Sarah and Michael. So this is our time of gifts and offerings. And so we are a center that participates in the law of circulation, and we are supported by donations only. And so thank you ahead of time for yours. And please join me in saying the blessing of the offering. It's on your program. Joyfully I give with gratitude, for I know that as I give, I am given. I allow the abundant nature of the universe to flow through me now. I am so blessed and so blessed.
Thank you, Allie. So we're going to take this into a song. It's an I am song, yeah? We do it call and response style, and if you get lost, Shen will just watch her mouth and listen to her. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful I am. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful I am. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful I am. I am bountiful, blissful, and beautiful. Bountiful, blissful, and beautiful I am. I am bountiful.
activation. Our prayers aren't a begging and beseeching kind of prayer. This is an activation of your own energy and consciousness. So close your eyes, please. Close your eyes, take a breath, feel the hand of God that you're holding. 2 of them. Feel the hand of the divine. This one life force energy flowing through this group right now. When I was a brownie, we used to hold hands like this, and we used to do something called the squeeze. And there was a squeeze, and we'd all just gently squeeze one at a time, and the squeeze went right round the circle, all the way around, until it ended up with someone, and someone got to take the squeeze home. So we can pass energy like this. You know, we're all connected. There's a thing, I need to get one of these things. I was at a workshop with Pam Grout. Anyone hear of Pam Grout? Wrote New Thought author. And she had this light. And when the circle was held, I mean, everyone's hands were connected, the light would light. But as soon as the one person's hand disconnected, the light would go out. So we need to get one of those. So we can prove that we're all connected and we're all one, and there's only one energy flowing through us. Okay, now it's time to pray. Okay, so coming into the awareness of this one love, this one light, this one power that we're each presencing perfectly. You are perfect, whole, complete. We all are perfect, whole, complete. We are absolutely supported, sourced, and supplied by an unlimited source, an infinite source of good. As much as you can conceive, perceive, you will receive. So see it now. See this infinite source and supply that's available to you. It's flowing through you. You are it. So breathe in that and say, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this, all that's in this basket, the abundance of energy that is in this basket. Thank you for the funds that will go towards creating more amazing opportunities and programs for our youth. Thank you. Thank you for you. Thank you, Satya Center. So as we finish in this field of gratitude, we know that gratitude is the most magnetic energy in the universe, besides love. And so let's tune into gratitude, feel it in our hearts, feel it in our minds. And you know what? Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It's this thing called love.
It's this thing called love.
Love is in my mind.
Love is in my mind.
Love is in my heart.
Love is in my heart.
Love is in all of my affairs.
Love is in all my affairs.
I know it.
I know it.
I feel it.
I feel it.
I think it.
I think it.
And I am it.
And I am it.
And you know what?
You know what?
I just